Welcome to the FlexJobs Podcast. I'm Kelly, the social media specialist here at FlexJobs, and today we're talking to Kelly, the Senior Director of Job Research at FlexJobs. Kelly and I are going to talk about how the research team keeps our members and our job seekers safe in the remote and flexible job search. And Kelly, I'm so excited to dive into everything about you and your team.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
I'm really excited. So I like to think of the research team as kind of a group of like detective superheroes. You guys are spending hours upon hours just finding the top quality jobs and the companies and hand screening them for our jobs database. But could you share how you guys do that? And I think it would be really important for everyone listening to kind of understand your process.
Sure. So we have this incredible team of people who are conducting research using a wide variety of different resources to find the quality, flexible job opportunities that we feel would be a really good fit for our site. We're also looking for jobs that are aligned with our job interests or our job seekers' job interests. When we find great jobs, we take into consideration the job titles, the locations, the career fields, again, just to make sure that we're going after jobs that are going to be of interest to our job seekers. In addition, our process also includes a very thorough vetting of companies to ensure that the companies are legitimate and professional. Basically, every job you see on our site has gone through multiple layers of vetting and has been reviewed and validated by several different team members. And we do all of this so it's one less thing that the job seekers have to worry about.
That's awesome. How many people are on the research team?
We have, it is one of our largest teams here at FlexJobs. I think we have about 48 people on the entire team.
So almost 50 people.
Very large.
Yeah, almost 50 people searching these jobs and making sure that they're legitimate and hand screening them. That's pretty incredible.
Yes.
So when people are searching for remote or flexible jobs on other sites, other job boards, what makes FlexJobs different? And what would you say is the ratio of job scams to legitimate jobs that are posted?
So I really think what sets us apart from other job boards is the fact that we have an entire team of people who are reviewing all of the jobs. Every single job that gets listed on our site, like I said, has had multiple sets of eyes on it before a job seeker ever sees it. We really go that extra mile to make sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed when it comes to validating our jobs. We also present our jobs in a very clean and simple manner, and we try to offer the most direct way for our job seekers to apply. Ideally, that's always on the employer's site, but sometimes that isn't always the case.
Yeah.
And again, we really try to ensure that our jobs are also very current. They're not old or outdated, like you might see on some other boards. As for the ratio of job scams to legitimate jobs posted, that's about a 50-to-1 ratio.
Crazy.
It's a startling fact. For every 50 scams or questionable jobs out there, there's likely one legitimate job.
That's crazy to think that people could be searching these jobs out there and not have the hand screen jobs like the FlexJobs database has, and they could be scammed because that could result in like identity theft, money loss even.
Yes. It's a lot of things to navigate and weed through, and it can be very convoluted and very tricky.
Yeah.
Even sometimes for us, most of my team, we've been doing this for many years, and there are things that still make us scratch our heads because we're just, we're a little uncertain of what we're looking at. So
what does it take for a job to fail your hand screen process?
That's a really excellent question. There's a variety of reasons why a job might not make it onto our site. First of all, the company itself may not pass our vetting process. If we have any doubts that a company is legitimate, we will not post any of their jobs. Another reason that the job might not make it onto our site is sometimes we just cannot verify that that job is actually coming from that particular employer. There's no connection back to that employer. And depending on where we found that job, if we can't link it back to that specific employer, that's a no-go for us as well. And then finally, which is a reason you might not have heard before, but oftentimes we do see jobs that have application deadlines listed in the descriptions. And even though the job might be just super fantastic or a really cool opportunity, we might not be able to post it because that application due date or that deadline is way too soon. Like it could be today or it could be tomorrow, or that deadline has already passed. So
okay. I understand. Okay, so then that's part of the jobs expiring. Does that count? Like if you have a process for the jobs that have expired, how do you get rid of them?
So there is an entire process to remove expired jobs. One of the things we absolutely cannot control, though, is when jobs expire. I think every day we wish we could wave the magic wand and keep jobs, active longer.
Yes.
But we have no control over that. And of course, removing expired jobs from our site is always a top priority. As I mentioned earlier, some of those jobs do clearly indicate an expiration date or an application due date. So if we have posted jobs that have that information in there, we are very mindful of that information and we take every opportunity to ensure that those jobs will be removed from our site once that application due date has arrived, to ensure that the job seekers are not opening up a job that they can no longer apply to, because how frustrating would that be?
Yes.
In addition, we work really hard to cycle in new, fresh jobs every single day.
Yeah.
And we're pulling down jobs that have expired every single day. So it's a constant influx of new jobs and, trying to catch everything that's expired on a daily basis.
Okay. So I think it's really important for everyone to know that FlexJobs itself is a 100% remote company, and we've been that way since we started in 2007. How do you think that helps you and your team when you're researching the jobs and the companies?
Well, I think if you're going to talk the talk, you definitely have to walk the walk. And multiple members of our team have been relying on remote flexibility for years for a variety of reasons. We have military families. We have individuals who are taking care of loved ones because they have health issues.
Yeah.
We have other family members or team members who are homeschooling their children. And we know how hard it is to find reputable employers while we're conducting our job search, for next career opportunities. So we take those challenges that we all have experienced and we use those as leverage to find the highest quality jobs and employers that we can for our job seekers. It all comes down to personal experience. In addition, being a completely remote company, it really helps us take notice and appreciate what makes other remote companies really fantastic or great employers and offer great opportunities for job seekers. We understand and we appreciate that need for flexibility for our families and for our lives. And, we want to find those opportunities and we want to share those opportunities with others.
I agree. So I'm going to start asking all of the team members in these calls this question, because I love finding this out from everyone. But if you could give an elevator pitch for your team to potential job seekers who want to find legitimate work from home or flexible jobs, how would you explain the price and the value of a FlexJobs membership?
Well, I'm going to get a little poetic on you.
Okay.
Because years ago, my team, we wrote a few poems about flexible work.
Oh.
So I'm going to share just a little snippet of one of them with you, which I think, works for my elevator pitch.
Okay.
But life is flexible, is your job, hand-screened, legitimate service, always with a smile, we serve your purpose, a variety of jobs from writers to nurses. Search our job listings every day. Our dedicated staff will show you the way. We really, really do care We put a lot of time and a lot of energy into finding all of these really great jobs that are listed on our site for our job seekers. And that is absolutely something that is unmatched by other job boards.
Yes.
You've literally got nothing to lose by giving us a try. And you may end up finding the most awesome job that can change your life for the better. Excuse me.
You're fine.
And that is just completely priceless.
Gosh, I love that. That was great. I'm going to use that on some of our social posts now.
I will definitely share it with you.
Okay, perfect. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining me today and sharing all of the important aspects of the research team.
Thank you so much for having us. It was a pleasure to highlight everything that my team does. And yay, we're so excited to get in there every single day and find new jobs for our job seekers.
It's really special what you guys do. So to our listeners, be sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite listening platform and on YouTube, because we have a lot of exciting projects that are coming up. FlexJobs is the place where you can find a better way to work. So check us out today.